Allie and Jesse are on the line with us in Montgomery, Alabama to start off this hour. Hey, guys, how are you?
Hi, it's actually just Allie now. My husband had to go get the 1-year-old.
Oh, that'll work. Okay.
Good for him. So what's up?
So our question is, we are kind of having a disagreement over what to do with our money. As of August, we are completely debt-free, and we currently have $35,000 in our joint savings account.
I hate it when that happens. Now, house and everything is debt-free?
So we are military, so we move frequently, and
Okay.
we had to sell our home in Washington to move here to Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
And with the proceeds from that, we paid off everything that we owned, student loan debt,
Way to
everything.
go. Awesome.
And we have $35,000 right now. We're a joint income home. We bring home about $6,000 a month, and currently have $4,000 a month going into savings. Our disagreement is he wants to use the money we currently have in our account as a down payment for a mortgage on a house that we cannot live in for 3 years.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I would prefer to save that money and maybe wait a year, which, if I do my math correctly, without interest, that our account would be at about $83,000 at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Does he just not want to live on base anymore?
So we wouldn't be buying a house here. We'd continue to rent here. The house would actually be back in Washington.
Why?
Because that's where we plan to retire whenever
When?
he gets out of the military.
When?
He still has 10 years left.
Okay.
But we are projected to go
both
back.
lose.
Yeah.
You both lose.
Yeah.
You shouldn't buy a house until you're ready to go back.
Yeah, absolutely not.
So the reason why is it's a build. It's not a purchase. I guess it's technically still a purchase.
Doesn't take 10 years to build a house.
Correct. He said that we could rent it out during the meantime.
I'm sure.
But I don't necessarily want strangers living in my forever home for me to have to fix before I move back in.
Yeah, there are no forever homes. Everybody moves. Just about the time you think you have a forever home, you'll discover forever is not there. So that's bogus. But I don't want people living in I don't want renters living in it either. No, you don't buy a rental property that you're going to move into later. Just wait until you get ready to buy. Until you get ready to move.
You don't want to be a landowner.
Yeah. When you come out of the military, go build you a house where you want to live.
Yeah.
And even then, it's not a forever home.
How much of this is he is trying to put an end date on this thing? Is this a psychological move for him?
So our goal was, if we were to use this as a down payment, we'd want the house paid off before he got out of the military, in order for us to have a dual income after he retires with his retirement income from the military, and start a woodworking business.
Mm-hmm.
And
so here's what it sounds like. It sounds like y'all are in a hard season right now, and y'all have created a fantasy of the world's gonna be like in a decade for y'all. And it's cool to have goals and to paint pictures, but y'all are watching a lot of HGTV, and you have a fantasy about what a decade from now is going to look like. And that's cool and all, but let it be there until you get there. I'd much rather you have hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash or whatever you want to do when you buy a house than go buy something now that you're going to strap yourself to on the other side of the country for a world that you don't know what's going to exist in 10 years.
You move a renter into this property, I'll give you a 90% probability you never live in it.
Ever.
Well, to be honest, you said what I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
He won't like it.
Yeah. So neither one of you win the argument, though.
Yeah.
So I'd put the $35,000 and whatever you're going to save per month into a good growth stock mutual fund or a series of them, meeting with a SmartVestor Pro, and that's your house fund, and then have enough money saved up to pay cash for a house when you come out of the military. And if you are coming out of the military in 9 months and you want to start the build, that's fine. But 9 years, nah, don't think I will do that.
And just do the math on what you think you're going to earn in rental income over the next decade. It's just not, the math doesn't work.
It's not worth it.
No.
And you're not going to move in that house after those renters. You're just not going to do it. You're going to end up having to gut it and do everything else to get it back to being your. No, don't do that.
And by the way, you'd be buying a house in the most bonkers market ever. Wait a decade.
Yeah, this is not the time to buy unless you really, really need to buy.